Ladies, let me break this down real plain for you. When a man truly loves you, and I ain't talking about that surface level, text you when he's bored kind of love. I'm talking about real, soul deep, wake up thinking about you, go to sleep praying for you kind of love. Listen to me, he will show it. When a man truly loves you, he shows up consistently. Not just when it's easy, not just when the sun is shining and everything's smooth. No, he shows up when it matters, when it's inconvenient, when it's hard. Love for a man is action. It's not about saying the right thing once and disappearing. It's about presence. It's about reliability. It's about you knowing without a doubt that he will be there. Not just in the good moments, but in the tough ones too. A man in love doesn't need to be begged to make time. He doesn't need to be reminded to call or check in or be there when you need him. He does it because it's who is when he's connected to someone he truly values. You don't become just another person on his schedule. You become the priority. And a man who prioritizes you doesn't make excuses. He makes arrangements. He doesn't say, I'm too busy. He says, I'll figure it out. You see, consistency isn't just about frequency. It's about effort. It's about intent. It's about showing up even when it's inconvenient, because love makes room. When he loves you, he wants to be where you are. He wants to share your highs and help carry your lows. If your car breaks down, he's not just text damn. That sucks. He's on the way. If you're sick, he's not asking what happened. He's asking what you need. He shows up with medicine, food, or just his presence because he knows being there says more than 1,000 sweet words ever could. Consistency also means emotional presence. It's not just about physically being in the room. It's about being engaged, attentive, and emotionally available. A man in love pays attention. He remembers what matters to you. He notices when you're off. He doesn't disappear when you're struggling emotionally. In fact, he leans in more. He's present in your joy and present in your pain. He doesn't run when it's heavy. He holds space. You'll never have to wonder where he stands because his actions are steady. And steady is sexy. Steady is safe. Steady is strong. Some men pop in and out like Wi-Fi, only working when the signal's good. But a man in love, his connection to you doesn't drop when things get rough. He stays connected. And that's what separates someone who likes you from someone who truly loves you. Consistency doesn't mean he's perfect. He'll make mistakes. But when he does, he shows up to make it right. He takes responsibility. He puts in the work. Because love isn't just about feelings. It's about showing up even when feelings are complicated. When life is stressful, when emotions are messy. And that's where a man's love is tested the most, not in the easy moments, but in the difficult ones where showing up is a choice, not a convenience. When a man truly loves you, he provides more than just money. He provides peace, stability, and security. Too many people think provision is only about what's in a man's wallet, but real love shows up in what he brings to your spirit. Yes, a responsible man will want to take care of financial needs, but true provision runs deeper. It's emotional, it's mental, it's spiritual. When a man loves you, he wants to create an environment where you can breathe easy, where you feel safe, and where you can rest your heart without fear of being broken. He provides peace by how he speaks to you. His tone, his words, his energy, they calm your chaos. He doesn't raise his voice to dominate you. He doesn't talk down to you to make himself feel powerful. Instead, he talks to you with respect. Even when he's upset, he handles conflict with maturity. He listens without interrupting. He speaks with intention. And even when he doesn't have the answer, he provides the peace of knowing he's willing to find it with you. Stability isn't just about paying bills. It's about being consistent in how he shows up emotionally and mentally. He doesn't give you whiplash, making you question where you stand from one day to the next. He doesn't play hot and cold. His love doesn't feel like a guessing game. He keeps his promises. He does what he says he's going to do. And when he can't, he communicates. That's how a man provides emotional safety, through consistency and honesty. When a man loves you, he provides by protecting your mind and your emotions from unnecessary stress. He doesn't bring drama into your life. He doesn't entertain chaos, doesn't invite confusion, and doesn't allow outside forces to disturb what the two of you are building. He sees you as his partner, not just a passenger. And he takes responsibility for helping to create a life where you can feel supported. He makes it easier to be yourself. That's provision. You don't have to shrink around him. You don't have to pretend. He creates a space where you can exhale and just be. He provides reassurance, not just in words, but in how he treats you. You don't feel like you're in competition with anyone. You don't feel like you have to earn his loyalty every day. His actions let you know you're chosen. You're seen. You're safe. That's what a provider does. He doesn't just give. He maintains. He doesn't just impress. He invests, not just in things, but in you. Your dreams, your peace of mind, your future together. Provision also means protection, not just physically, but emotionally. He guards your heart. He doesn't joke at your expense. He doesn't let others disrespect you. He corrects people if they cross a line. He covers you. He checks in when he sees you're off. And if you're hurting, he doesn't brush it off. He leans in. He wants to be your safe space, not your storm. When a man truly loves you, he listens to understand, not just to respond. Listening might sound like a simple thing, but real listening, active, intentional, heart-level listening, that's rare. Most people hear words, but they don't catch meaning. A man who truly loves you isn't just waiting for his turn to talk. He's tuned in. He leans into your words, your emotions, your energy, because he's not just listening with his ears. He's listening with his heart. You'll notice it in the little things first. He remembers what matters to you. He brings up something you mentioned in passing a week ago. He checks in about that thing you were stressed about, even though you didn't bring it up again. He notices when your tone shifts, when your spirit is low, even when you're trying to hide it. That's because he's not just listening to the words. He's paying attention to you. Your patterns, your mood, your silence. He's not distracted by his phone, not zoning out while you're pouring your heart out. He makes space for you to speak and shows that your voice matters. When a man loves you, your thoughts and feelings hold weight with him. He doesn't dismiss you. He doesn't roll his eyes when you express your emotions. He doesn't say you're overacting or it's not that deep. He may not always agree, but he will always respect how you feel. That's what love does. It creates room for both voices. It's not about winning an argument. It's about understanding the person you love and working through things together. A man in love will ask questions because he wants clarity, not control. He wants to know what's behind your words, what you really need, what he can do better. He's not listening just so he can defend himself. He's listening because he wants to grow. He wants to be better for you. Love drives a man to learn you, study you, and become fluent in your emotional language. That doesn't happen overnight. But when a man loves you, he puts in the effort to learn. Real listening also shows up when you're not even speaking, when your body language is off, when your energy changes, when something's bothering you and you haven't said a word. He notices. He doesn't ignore it. He gently checks in. He creates a space where you feel safe to open up. He doesn't pressure you to talk, but he makes it clear that when you're ready, he's there, attentive, willing. Sometimes you won't even be asking for advice. You just want to be heard. And a man who loves you will understand the difference. He won't try to fix you every time. He'll just be a soft place for your thoughts to land. He won't weaponize what you tell him in vulnerability. He protects your words, honors your truth, and listens like your heart is sacred. Because to him it is. When a man truly loves you, he changes. Not because you force him, not because you nag him, but because love transforms a man from the inside out. A real man, when he loves a woman deeply, starts to reevaluate the way he moves, the things he tolerates, the way he speaks, and the way he shows up. Love pulls something out of him that even he didn't know was there. It brings maturity, clarity, and direction. He starts shifting from who he used to be to who he wants to become, not just for himself, but for you, for the future he sees with you. A man in love can't continue living like he's single. He can't keep entertaining people or behaviors that don't align with loving you well. He becomes more intentional. He starts letting go of immature habits, late-night distractions, and toxic environments. He starts protecting the bond he's building. If he used to be the type that didn't communicate, he tries harder to express himself. If he used to shut down in conflict, he works to stay engaged. If he used to be selfish with his time, he starts making room for you. Love pushes him toward growth in ways that comfort never could. He also begins to listen to feedback without defensiveness. He may not get it all right the first time, but when you tell him how something made you feel, he hears you. And more importantly, he acts on it. A change for a man in love isn't about being controlled. It's about being called to a higher standard. He wants to be the man who gives you peace. He wants to be the man you trust. He wants to be someone you can depend on. That's why he makes adjustments. That's why he confronts his own flaws. That's why he starts growing. Love teaches a man how to be gentle without being weak. It shows him that being emotionally available doesn't make him less of a man. It makes him more of one. He begins to soften in the places he once kept hard. He begins to open up in ways he never did before. He starts talking about his feelings, starts asking for clarity instead of making assumptions, starts choosing peace over pride. And that's not because love made him soft. It's because love made him strong enough to be vulnerable. This kind of change doesn't mean he loses himself. It means he becomes the best version of himself, the version that's been waiting under the surface, buried beneath years of walls, ego, and fear. Love brings that version out, the version that's disciplined, focused, and emotionally intelligent. He starts thinking long-term. He starts planning, building, preparing. He starts asking himself questions like, and how can I love her better? And what does she need from me? Those aren't questions a man asks when he's halfway in. Those are questions a man asks when he's all the way invested. He stops doing what he knows will hurt you. He starts taking accountability. He starts making choices that protect the relationship instead of only benefiting himself. He might not say it out loud every time, but his actions start to reflect the truth. He's not just thinking about today. He's thinking about forever. When a man truly loves you, he prioritizes you and makes you feel valued. You don't have to beg for attention, wonder where you stand, or fight for a place in his life. You are not an afterthought or a backup plan. You are at the center of his focus. When a man's heart is all the way in, his actions make it clear that you matter to him, not just in words, but in how he structures his life around you. You don't have to compete with his habits, his friends, or his ego, because he's already decided that you're worth showing up for. A man who prioritizes you will create time, not excuses. No one is busy for who they truly value. He might have work, responsibilities, and goals, but you're part of that picture. You're not on the sidelines waiting for a free moment. He carves out space for you. He includes you in his plans. He checks in throughout the day, not because he has to, but because you to feel connected. He wants you to feel seen. You'll notice how he moves things around just to be present. He sacrifices comfort or convenience when needed, because loving you isn't about what's easy, it's about what's important. When a man makes you a priority, he shows up for the small things. He remembers your favorite drink, sends encouragement before your big meeting, checks on your family, and supports your dreams. He doesn't just celebrate your wins. He walks with you through the struggles. He's not disappearing when life gets real. He's there asking how he can help, what you need, and how he can make your load lighter. You don't feel like you're in it alone because he carries love like responsibility, not just emotion. Being valued isn't about grand gestures all the time. It's in the consistency. It's in how he listens when you speak, how he respects your time, how he honors your boundaries. He doesn't take you for granted or expect you to carry the emotional labor of the relationship alone. He values your voice, your presence, your mind. He includes you in decisions. He talks to you about the future. He takes your feelings seriously and considers your perspective before making choices that affect both of you. A man who loves you makes it known that you matter. He affirms you not just with compliments, but with actions that say, I see you. I value what we have. I'm willing to protect it. He doesn't entertain behavior that would make you feel second best. He distances himself from anything that would jeopardize the trust between you. He honors the relationship even when you're not around. That kind of loyalty is born from love that's rooted in respect. You never have to beg for a place in a man's life when you're a priority. He creates that place himself. You can feel it in the way he lights up when he sees you, in the way he listens without rushing, in the way he adjusts to meet your needs without making you feel like a burden. His presence doesn't just say, I'm here. It says, I chose you. When a man truly loves you, his love is clear. No guessing, no games, no confusion. You won't have to code mixed signals or analyze every word he says trying to figure out what he really means. A man in love doesn't leave you in emotional limbo. He brings clarity. His actions and words line up. His intentions are consistent. You feel secure because he makes it obvious that he's all in. There's no need to chase him down or wonder if you're good enough, because his behavior reassures you without having to be asked. He makes it known where you stand in his life. You don't have to wonder if he's serious or if he sees a future with you. He tells you. He shows you. He doesn't keep you in the dark or keep you around just in case something better comes along. He's not stringing you along to fill a void or pass the time. When a man's heart is fully involved, he moves with certainty. He's not playing games with your emotions or your time. He values your peace, and that means being straightforward and intentional. There's no hidden agenda, no disappearing acts followed by sweet talk to smooth things over. A man in love communicates. He may not always say everything perfectly, but he's honest. He doesn't use silence to punish you or manipulation to control you. He doesn't ghost you, breadcrumb you, or keep you confused on purpose. He knows love isn't supposed to be chaotic. He brings stability, not anxiety. Peace, not pressure. He makes sure you're never questioning whether or not you're enough for him. His consistency becomes the proof. The cause, the effort, the affection, the attention. They don't just come when it's convenient or when he wants something. They come because that's how he expresses love. And real love is active. It's visible. You can feel it in how he shows up, how he makes time, how he involves you in his world. He doesn't hide you. He doesn't keep you at a distance. He draws you in and makes you a part of his everyday life. When a man truly loves you, his love is simple, not because love is always easy, but because he removes the confusion. You won't find yourself wondering if he still feels the same. You won't need to overthink every conversation. You'll know. He's not just telling you he loves you. He's proven it with the way he treats you. His energy, his tone, his actions all speak the same language. And that language says, you're mine, and I'm not going anywhere. He doesn't flirt with other people behind your back. He doesn't keep his options open. He doesn't make you feel like you're in competition with anyone else. When he's in, he's all in. You don't have to keep checking the temperature of the relationship. His love is warm, consistent, and intentional. It doesn't leave you guessing because it's built on transparency and truth. He shows love that you can feel trust and rely on. Not a roller coaster of emotion, not a game of control, but a steady, mature love that gives you peace. When a man truly loves you, he includes you in his future. He doesn't speak in I language anymore. He starts using we, because in his mind, you're no longer just part of his present, you're part of what he's building. He's not just focused on the next date, the next weekend, or next moment. He's thinking years down the line. His love makes him plan. His vision expands to make room for you. He's thinking about where he's going and how you fit into that journey. You're not a guest in his life. You're a partner in his purpose. You start hearing it in his conversations. He talks about where he wants to live, and it's not just about him. He asks what you think. He talks about financial goals, career moves, and personal growth. And he's not trying to do it all alone. He wants to grow with you, not just beside you. He asks you what your dreams are, what you want, what kind of life you envision, because he wants to make sure that the two of you are heading in the same direction. A man in love doesn't just prepare a future. He prepares you to be part of it. He makes decisions with your relationship in mind. He's not making major life choices without considering how it will affect the two of you. He includes you in the process, asks for your input, values your opinion. If an opportunity comes up that could impact the relationship, he doesn't just move solo. He talks to you because you're not just someone he's dating. You're someone he sees himself building a life with. Your voice matters in the vision he's creating. This kind of inclusion isn't about rushing into marriage or forcing commitments. It's about alignments. It's about knowing that he sees you as a long-term partner, not a temporary distraction. He's planting seeds now for a future he hopes to harvest with you. And even if he doesn't have it all figured out yet, he's moving in a way that shows intention. He's not afraid of commitment. He's not afraid to think long-term. He's not afraid to say, this is where I see us going. When a man loves you, he starts building a foundation strong enough to support the future he wants with you. That might look like getting more serious about his finances, getting healthier, improving how he communicates, or healing old wounds, not just for himself, but because he wants to be ready for what's ahead. He understands that love isn't just about the present feeling. It's about future preparation. And he's not preparing alone. He's making space for you, not just emotionally, but practically. He'll talk about family, about legacy, about home. And even if he doesn't have all the answers yet, he's thinking in terms of permanence. You're not a phase to him. You're part of the picture. He starts treating your relationship like something worth investing in long term, not something he's keeping on trial. The way he moves, the way he speaks, the way he prepares. All of it starts to reflect a man who sees you as his future,